Take some time in lonely hours and save a thought for decay. Stones and mossy monuments, weather-stained. Sit a while and watch the patterns of the puddles in the comes these days, I wonder more and more just where the lines are drawn in my private war. Water shivers, eyes blur as I pray. Raw thoughts and images from every day. Rainful days might damp me down, but they won't drown me. Painful days may come around, but they don't surround me. Calmful days that I have seen without measure. Harmful days that might have been are turned to treasure. Storms may come, shatter the sky with lightning, dark and cold. Now I don't find it frightening. Wasting days I used to do, but now no longer. Hasting days to be with you when I was younger. Doubtful days when any brightness takes summer finding. Crowd for days, I'll be singing your song, and never minding. Storms may come, shatter the sky with lightning, dark and cold. But now I don't find it frightening. Are we still here? All right. I'm doing some tech experiments. Thanks for stopping in. That was an old song I was listening to by Maria Barton. I found it on my old hard drives. I'm turning on the old computers and finding the files, looking for missing things. We've got sunshine, at least. Take a look at that. Whoa! Upside down in the sunshine. But so I don't know how well the tech is working. It's just so hello. Look, it looks like, because we're supposed to be on YouTube. Hello, Lamprecht and Last Sled 1899. Emanuela Lucia. Fundadar 5. We even get spam comments on here, evidently. I'm just, I'm just pressing buttons. And so we're streaming on Twitch as well. And Fundadar 5 says, hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion on your channel. Well, I won't read the whole message. You get the idea. Philip. So hopefully it's kind of working. Do I have sound? Hello, sound. I'm just going to assume everything's all right. And get on with some news or sunshine. I don't have a lot of news, except it's sunny. That's kind of big news. That's why I was singing a rainy song, because I'm just trying to. It's been pretty rainy. I've been like in my little prison cell here. You can see all the snow. And I'm gonna come back inside soon, but I want to walk out outside in my bare feet and think about my stove project that that got snowed on, and keep looking at the sun. That's always fun. So what I really want to do, we can see our far away in the distance, we've got the Dreamer's Den there hiding out by the creek. There it is. And wouldn't it be fun to like sleep in there? So still being cold, we need to make ourselves a pyrolithic stove. And this is what's got coming along so far. So this was, we cast this piece from refractory cement. So yeah, there's lots to go, but we're just kind of let's make ourselves a pretend. So that's what, before you can do something for real, you've got to do it for pretend. So we've got the inside thing, and then the outside thing, and then what do we got? We've got, actually, see, all the pieces are under the snow. That's the problem. Can't do very much about it. We've got this piece in the snow. It kind of goes in there. We're not going to get to light it up anyway, so it's all kind of Yeah. I'm afraid I'm not very enthusiastic today. I need tools. They're all hidden. Oh, look! I did find this. I needed this. I was looking for this under the snow. No, I found it. We need this to cut up this so we can attach it to this. Okay, I'm going to at least, let's get on to some other things, but I want to show you what I was excited about. Pieces of stone with holes in them. That's what I'm excited about. No, actually, I'm most excited is my helmet. Okay, you might not realize how exciting it is, but see, that is, this clear stuff is mica. Does anyone know about mica? It's sort of like it's a mineral. It's a stony thing. Okay. So what happens is we get this on here, and then the helmet goes on the stove, actually. See, so the idea, it's like you see the fire in there behind the mica, and the mica doesn't crack. It's like glass that you can, but it's really thin. You can cut it with scissors. Anyways, this is the stove I want to get in the Dreamer's Den. And then we've got, managed to cut some holes in the stone. It goes, anyways, we're going to go back inside. Feet are getting cold feet. Oh, cold feet. Okay. Look inside. I did heat up the studio. We could hang out in there. I'm trying to make the issue. Man, I'm kind of looking forward to springtime because there's all these little things to deal with, little mundane problems. Like keeping warm is an issue. Keeping track of time. Keeping track of time. Okay. So I'm still going to blab along a little bit about developments in the technical realms. Hello, Linda. I see Linda. And Monty Python helmet. Glad to see that at least the YouTube stream is working. And look, we're getting comments. Blab for the next 200 minutes. Okay, so in the technical advancements, see here at Easy Access, I have a little button. We're not going to turn the button off, but it lets me turn off it lets me turn off the power inverter. See, we could take a look at the solar panels, but we'd have to go tromp in the snow again. So recently I was able to double my, I got some solar panels. We're going to take a look. There's actually sun out there. We're going to do math too. It's going to be great. Okay, look at this. Can you read the numbers? We've got 37.3 volts coming in at 8.7 amps. You folks remember your volts and amps? Look at that. It's transferring it into 27.7 volts at 11.8 amps. Let's just say 27 times by 12 gives us our watts. What's 27 by 12? 27 by 12. I used to be able to do math in my head. 27. That's pretty easy, right? Because you just say 270 plus 54. Is that right? 270, 54, 270, 54 is 324 watts. Amazing. So that means that we can do not whatever we want. We can do a lot of things. And so what the other interesting things, we got this little, so if I turn on this mute this amplifier, we can see that we are, for the music, anyways, I have a music system that takes 2 watts. So that means that 300, that means we get 300 and we get, anyways, that means we don't have to worry so much. I'm getting, okay, it's nice and warm in here, actually. We're in the laboratorium with our Sing Me a Country Song vinyl records, and I needed to get the missives here because they are going off into the mail. I'm just walking back and forth. I'm gonna sing a farewell song in a bit. I had books to read. Okay, I'm gonna just carry everything with me, and this, we got that, got this. Okay, so yeah, the main thing is to be able to listen to music when that button isn't pressed. So okay, made it. Okay, so okay, we're sitting in the cockpit here in the Loon Music Laboratorium. 48 sounds, 48 and raining. Okay, the missives are, we're gonna read a story, and where did it go? I brought everything in. Okay, I wanted to show off. They're not in the mail yet. It's good to get some sun in here. We can get the, ooh. So it's one of the multiple pages missives. Look, we've got a front page. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We get a centerfold, flamey centerfold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There, of course, all the flame pictures. 8. And the mulberry paper. 101, 101. So they're not in the mail yet, but they will be going in the mail shortly. Probably, today is Wednesday. Before the weekend for sure. It could be tomorrow or Friday. Now, before reading a Brothers Grimm fairy tale and singing a song for all you lovely people. Linda, yes. LPCD available info is, I'm curious also if you can tell me how it works. This is available for US only at the moment. I'm working on the international mail order, and I have some new exciting developments that will make it work out. But at the moment, as we speak, one may go to Spotify, and under the Ingown Ring artist profile, there's a little button that you press that says merch. And everything there is available to people in the United States only for the moment. So that's what I do have available. And I'm giving myself, it may take 3 to 5 business days to ship out, but it shouldn't take much longer. Look at these drips. We're really, with this sunshine, we're really getting the drips over there. Okay, we've got our wet feet. It doesn't matter if you have Spotify or not, actually. I don't think. You can still just go there and you can access the artist page. Anyone can. That's the only place I have that I'm listing, that I have the thing, that the tech things that make it go to the thing. So there it is. See, the story I was going to read was number 129. Are we okay to read a whole story here? We're at 12:47, and it's called The Four Skillful Brothers. There once was a poor man who had 4 sons. When they had grown up, he said to them, "My dear children, you must now go out into the world, for I have nothing to give you. Make your way to foreign countries, learn a trade, and try to succeed as best you can." So the 4 brothers got ready for their journey, took leave of their father, and went out of the town gate together. After they had traveled for some time, they came to a crossroads that led in 4 different directions. Then the eldest son said, "We must separate here, but let us meet again at this spot 4 years from today. In the meantime, we shall try our luck." So each one went his way, and the oldest met a man who asked him where he was going and what his plans were. "I want to learn a trade," he answered. "Then come with me," the man said, "and become a thief." "No," the oldest son responded, "that's no longer considered an honest trade, and one generally ends up dangling from the gallows." "Oh," said the man, "you needn't be afraid of the gallows. I'll just teach you how to get what nobody else can otherwise fetch, and I'll show you how to do this without ever being caught." So the oldest son let himself be persuaded, and the man taught him how to become a skillful thief. The young man became so adroit that nothing was safe from him once he wanted to have it. The second brother met a man who asked him the same question about what he wanted to learn in the world. "I don't know yet," he answered. "Then come with me and become a stargazer. You won't find anything better than this, for nothing will ever remain hidden from you." The second son liked the idea and became such a skillful stargazer that when he had finished studying and was about to depart, his master gave him a telescope and said, "With this, you'll be able to see everything that happens on the earth and in the sky, and nothing can remain hidden from you." The third brother served an apprentice under a huntsman and learned all there was to know about hunting, so that he became a full-fledged huntsman. His master gave him a gun as a gift upon his departure and said, "You won't miss. Whatever you aim at with this gun, you'll hit it for sure." The youngest brother also met a man who spoke to him and asked him about his plans. "Do you have any desire to become a tailor?" "Not that I know of," said the young man. "Where's our tea?" I'm having a coughing fit mid Mid-story. I didn't even swallow my hair. What's going on? Okay. What have I got? I'm gonna use a pretty glass. And pretty glass. All right, we're still mid-story. What does anyone think about the four brothers yet? Which would you rather do? Stargazer, thief, huntsman, or tailor? Exciting decisions here in the Penchak portion of the Loon Music Laboratorium, only to be found in 23 minutes, where we're having some sparkly tea. Kombucha. To get rid of the grumbles in the throat. Philip would choose a stargazer or a tailor. Lucia would choose stargazer. Lamprecht would be the thief. All right. I wouldn't mind being a stargazer. I had a telescope in Leipzig. I could stick my camera in there and get some really good photographs of the moon, at least. Yeah, okay, let me get this. Or I could be a tripod engineer. I need to do some research for that, evidently. Okay, back to our story. We're not even a third of the way through. Maybe we are a third of the way through. Do you have any desire to become a tailor? Not that I know of, said the young man. I'd never had the least desire to sit bent over from morning till night and to swing the needle or iron back and forth. I would like to be a tailor too. I have 2 sewing machines, but not really a place to use them. That's the rub. Having space. Oh, come now, answered the man. You really don't know what you're talking about. And with me, you'll learn a totally different kind of tailoring that's respectable and decent and may even bring you great honor. The young man let himself be persuaded. He went with him and learned all the basics of the trade from the man, and upon his departure, the master gave him a needle and said, with this, you'll be able to sew together anything you find, whether it be as soft as an egg or as hard as steel, and you'll be able to make anything into one complete piece so that not a single seam will show. Amazing. When the designated 4 years were over, the 4 brothers met together at the crossroads at the same time. They embraced, kissed each other, and returned home to their father. Well, said the father delightedly, look what the wind has blown back to me again. They told him what had happened to them and how each had learned a particular trade. As they sat in front of the house under a big tree, the father then said, well, I'm going to put you to the test to see what you can do. After this, he looked up and said to the second son, there's a chaffinch's nest up there in the top of this tree between 2 branches. Tell me how many eggs are in it. The stargazer took his telescope, looked up, and said, 5. Then the father said to the oldest son, fetch the eggs without disturbing the bird that's sitting on them. The skillful thief climbed up the tree, took the 5 eggs from under the bird, who sat there quietly without noticing a thing. Then he brought the eggs down to his father, who took them and placed 1 on each corner of the table and the 5th in the middle, and said to the huntsman, I want you to shoot the 5 eggs in 2 with 1 shot. The huntsman took aim with his gun and shot the eggs just as his father had demanded. Indeed, he hit all 5 of them with 1 shot, and he certainly must have had some of that powder that shoots around corners. Now, "It's your turn," said the father to the fourth son. "I want you to sew the eggs together again, and also the young birds that are in them, and I want you to repair any damage that the shot has done to them." The tailor got his needle and sewed just as his father had demanded. When he was finished, the thief had to carry the eggs up to the nest again and put them back under the bird without noticing anything. The bird sat on them until they hatched, and after a few days the young chicks crawled out of the eggs and had little red stripes around their necks where the tailor had sewn them together. "Yes," said the old man to his sons, "I must praise you to the skies. You've made good use of your time and have learned something beneficial. I can't say which of you deserves the most praise, but if you soon have an opportunity to apply your skills, we'll find out who's the best." Not long after this, there was a great uproar in the country. The king's daughter had been carried off by a dragon. Day and night the king worried over this, and he let it be proclaimed that whoever brought her back could have her for his wife. The four brothers discussed the situation together. "This could be our chance to show what we can do," and they decided to set out together to free the king's daughter. "I'll soon find out where she is," said the stargazer, and he looked through his telescope and said, "I already see her. She's sitting on a rock in the sea very far away from here, and next to her is the dragon who's guarding her." Then the stargazer went to the king and requested a ship for himself and his brothers. Together they sailed across the sea until they came to the rock. The king's daughter was sitting there, but the dragon was lying asleep with his head in her lap. "I can't take a risk and shoot," said the huntsman. "I might hit the beautiful maiden at the same time." "Well, then I'll try out my skill," said the thief, who crawled to the maiden and stole her from under the dragon so quietly and nimbly that the monster did not notice a thing and kept on snoring. The brothers joyfully hurried off with her, boarded the ship, and sailed away on the open sea. Upon awakening, however, the dragon discovered that the king's daughter was gone, and snorting furiously, it flew after them through the sky. Just as it was hovering above the ship, about to dive down upon the vessel, the huntsman took aim with his gun and shot it through the heart. The monster fell down dead, but it was so large and powerful that it smashed the entire ship to pieces in its fall. Fortunately, those on board were able to grab hold of some planks and swim about on the open sea. Once again, they were in terrible danger, but the tailor, who was always alert, took his marvelous needle and hastily sewed together the planks with a few big stitches. Then he sat down on the planks and collected all the parts of the ship, which he then sewed together in such a skillful way that in a short time the ship was seaworthy once again, and they could sail home safely. When the king saw his daughter once more, there was great rejoicing, and he said to the four brothers, "One of you shall have the princess for your wife, but you must decide among yourselves which one it's to be." A violent quarrel broke out among the brothers then, for each one had a claim. The stargazer said, "If I hadn't seen the king's daughter, all your skills would have been in vain. That's why she should be mine." The thief said, "Your seeing her would not have helped much if I hadn't fetched her out from under the dragon. That's why she should be mine." The huntsman said, "The monster would have torn all of you apart, along with the king's daughter, if my bullet hadn't hit the breast. That's why she should be mine." The tailor said, "And if I hadn't patched the ship together for you with my skill, you'd all have drowned miserably. That's why she should be mine." Then the king made his decision known. "Each of you has a just claim, and since it would be impossible to give the maiden to each of you, no one shall have her. Nevertheless, I shall reward each of you with half a kingdom." The brothers were satisfied with this decision and said, "It's better this way than to be at odds with each other." So each of them received half a kingdom, and they lived happily with their father as long as it pleased God. Just like all those people in their parents' basements. I remember I lived in my I lived in my mom's basement. Once I remember one time when I'd kind of gotten in over my head for a while, and came back a pauper from Europe. I was out gallivanting in the wide world, and lost all my money. Spent it, probably. Okay. We've got to woo, getting dizzy. All right. We're going to sing our farewell song and try to make some more use of the day while it's still here. Back into the Laboratorium Music Studio. Song. 4 half kingdoms. Oh, that doesn't seem like math. Was anyone impressed with my math skills? Did anyone even double check my math skills? I don't even know if I got that right. We were talking about volts, amps, and watts. I still don't exactly. It's kind of a hard concept, this volts, amps, and watts thing, because it's always said that you should imagine water. And it's like the amount of water is the amps, and how much pressure is coming out is the volts. Anyway, I had 424 watts a moment ago. Should we check? It may have gotten more sunny. I'm going to sing a song and say goodbye. But let's check what the sun is doing. See, with all this watts, we can spend more time in the studio. Oh, it looks like we got some shade. We're at 26 times 3. That's only... I can't really tell what's going on out there. It doesn't look like it's shady. But, okay. I've got a song to sing. And, farewells to say. I'm glad that I was happy to see last sled from YouTube, so I know it worked. Still working on the tech. I was trying to go onto Instagram too, but tech. Okay. Did anyone oh, okay. I'm gonna find a song from this last year's missives, I believe. from the summer, which seems so far away. That was a bit my problem with all my things under the snow right now. It was long enough without snow that I forgot that it was possible for everything to just get covered under the snow. Lesled S, do you still ever tour? No, it's been a while. I'm thinking about it. I still owed a festival a show to this festival in Lithuania. But that's not going to happen this year. So I'm thinking about it. But if I go out and tour, it'll be in Europe and probably all by myself with a little guitar and a backpack or something. Try to carry, the hardest part is that it's the best time to sell vinyl records. But if you're on tour by yourself, it's really not fun carrying big bags of vinyl records around. If you can even keep them safe. I don't know. There's some people asking around. I'm still inviting in case. It's really difficult to plan all that stuff. It's so very stressful. So I need a tour manager, is what it is. Or at least someone to talk to help me think of everything so I don't worry about everything. Man, I mean, I have trauma still. I think about what life used to be like, having to worry about all those things that you have to worry about when you're traveling around on a limited budget. There's a lot of things to think about all the time, especially if you're not used to having to think about all those things. And my life is, I'm not going to say it's easy right now, but I have to deal with staying warm and keeping dry. But I'm right here. I don't have to worry about, I can sort of figure it out and try the same things. I don't have to keep on trying to figure it out in a new place. All right, we're still here. Mostly in Massachusetts, 2004 to 8. Yeah, I think I must have been hanging around in Massachusetts then. That is true. I will remember being in, I was living in East Hampton at this little circle dance community out there. With people. Summer in the Southeast. Yeah, to be honest, the best places was always, I could get away with playing concerts in Europe. There was enough people to come out to see me. And that's why I don't even play out here on the West Coast that much. I could maybe play in... I could play in I could play in LA, Portland, Seattle, maybe San Francisco. You came to the circle dance. That's actually amazing. Wow. That was like a pretty underground scene there. I thought it was pretty interesting, though. Where else did I live around there? I lived in Maine for a bit. And somewhere else out there? I'm trying to remember. I must have had a couple different places. I don't know. I was looking at old photographs on this hard drive that I was looking at stuff, and that's pretty interesting when they're date stamped and you can tell where things are. Kind of gives you a little bit of an idea about where you were at a certain time, and that's kind of interesting. But all my stuff on the hard drives are a big mess, just like a lot of my stuff in the world. I think this must be some kind of diagnosed problem. This disorganization syndrome. What is it that doesn't allow me to just put things in a nice order? That's a bit what makes life stressful, is Lucia lives right near East Hampton. Yeah, I can't imagine. I kind of don't think those people are around anymore, but it was oh man, what was the name of the community? It was something with a stone in it. Oh, isn't that horrible? The little things you can't remember. And I don't even remember my good friend there. His name, I know I can. It's a sad thing when you haven't seen people for 15 years or something, and right off the top of your head, you can't remember their name. Man, it'll come if there's some need for it. All right, we're almost at the end of our kombucha. We've been blabbling a little bit about the old days. Not sure if they were good or not. There was lots of good old days. And one day, when I'm finished taking notes, I'll understand everything. Or if I can get over my disorganization disorder and put things into a neat sort of piles. It's the only thing I know how to do is start making piles. Like, what do you have to do to organize? You've got to like segregate the things into piles. Maybe I just need to learn a thing or two. Laziness? The forces of chaos. If stacks fall, it's awful. The Bunwinkies. I remember the Bunwinkies. Patrick. Yeah, I liked Patrick. Autonomous Battleship Collective. There were a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, Greg and Feathers. Man, Feathers were such a band. Wasn't that something? Isn't that amazing? Like, I remember going to Feathers shows, and I thought, wow, everyone in the world is going to love these kids. In about 6 months or 9 months or whatever. But I don't know. I haven't really I haven't really heard from those guys, and I guess they broke up shortly after that. But I was looking, actually. I was sort of checking out to see, and what was her name? Ruthie. Ruthie's still been. She's got lots of albums out. I only listened to like the one she had out a long time ago, but I saw that she had some over the years. She had got some albums, and Yeah, I want to find the old concert posters too. That's part of the idea of trying to organize the old things, is trying to like look through the hard drives and find the old pictures and kind of see where I was at a certain time and find the old concert posters. There must have been like, I mean, I think I played like 5 or 6 times with Feathers, possibly. I probably saw them like 12 times. Even if I wasn't playing with them, I went out to all the shows. Okay. We've had our little bit of memory lane traipsing. Disorganized, sleep much, and swear often. Well, I used to not swear very often. Is that why I'm not organized enough? Is that what happens when you start to become a profaner? Well, if that all it took to get organized was to stop swearing, I'd do it. Maybe I should try it. I guess cursing is sort of lazy. It's like you don't know how to express yourself, but there's some kind of powerful word. Okay, we're gonna sing a song, and maybe we'll do some organizing. Wouldn't that be interesting? Because that could be a good idea. We're gonna go outside, get some sun, and maybe do some. We're gonna see. Many spokes join at the center. The hole that lets the wheel spin. Clay and water form the vessel. The emptiness to hold within. Open the doors and windows. An empty space to see without. So do we make what is to make you so